Welcome to today's episode of Conversation in the Corner with the Teach Corner. I'm your guest today. Now what?
Henderson, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm amazing. Thank you for coming.
You gotta slide it so they can see you, man. You gotta make sure they see you out there.
Oh
TV
my
land.
God, not
Right?
TV land. Oh, YouTube land.
Right?
I love YouTube.
Oh,
I
good.
love that.
Oh, good.
So, what are you up to? What do you do, Mr. Henderson?
Well, I shadow you so I can try to be the best that I can be.
Don't shadow me.
You've been my lifeline, man. So I appreciate you, man. You
Lifeline.
don't realize how much I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for coming all the way out here. So you are a person that is knowledgeable. You're knowledgeable in a lot of different things.
People think that I'm just good at BS.
You think so? Because you got the computer, you make the flyers, you be promoting, you be out there.
Well, the thing is, I got the gift of gab from my dad, but it's funny. We learned a lot from my dad. Me and my brother laugh about this all the time. Is that a lot of the things that we do now, we learned from my dad and didn't realize it. So, like as far as marketing and promotions, we were my dad's first street team. So he was the first gospel distributor here in Texas, and so way back then, we had shirts that said Hinge Records. So we, later on down the line, we put shirts out whenever we was promoting. We were the ones that did the flyers. He didn't know how to work the computer, but he would take the letters and cut them out, type them up, and go get them printed out, and we'd be handing them out. So it's amazing, we learned just a lot of stuff that my dad taught us. That's all.
And so I work with you a lot, and every time I work with you, I find out something new about you. Like, I know you from Houston, and I know you pledge. I'm not even gonna mess up. What's your fraternity?
I'm a Q. Shout out to Pink Gator. Spell his name right. P-I-N-C, Gator.
And I don't understand why you're not a professional MC.
Well, to be truthful about it, I was the one that actually started on the mic. I'm the oldest of three siblings. Mm-hmm. So my dad was a recording artist, like I say, and so as a child, from probably as little as 3, I've always been in front of people, as far as on the mic, singing in front of large congregations. As we got older, my brother ventured into the music venture. I mean, it's in our DNA, and so I ended up going on to the management side of it. But I've never lost a talent show. Never lost a talent show.
We should do a talent show.
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
We're going to talk about it later, but we should actually put together a talent. That's
cool.
a good
We'll
idea.
do an Apollo night or something like that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
Cool.
One thing I do love about you, and a lot of black men do not have this gift, you are a de-escalator. You can come into a situation where it's a lot of chaos and de-escalate. Where do you think you got that gift from? For me,
just full transparency. I love my dad to death, but there were a lot of things that as I was growing up that was just, some volatile situations. And so for me, I really don't like to argue things of that nature. I like to try to remain calm and then just find the good, the good in just about any situation. So I guess you'll notice, like, if something's bad, I won't ever dwell on the negative. I try to dwell on, I dwell on the positive aspect of it, because, so many things, no matter how bad they may seem, people are dealing with so much worse, so I just don't focus on that. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to, it's a lot of single mothers out here raising men. What advice would you give her dealing with the 14, 15, 16-year-old?
Well, today's climate has changed so much, when it just comes to the whole family dynamic. But finding a male figure that you actually trust, and you still have to vet that, is very important because of the balance that you need. Even with, my son's mom and I went through a divorce, and so, and I've never said anything negative to my son about his mom, But I tell, and this is all of us. So we have our male half of us and our female half of us, and so there's a balance. And so the way I see it is, there all of the positive things that are from your mom, you have those qualities. All of the positive things from me, you have those qualities. But all the negative things you have from each of us, you have those as well. And so what I've tried to do when it comes to my kids is just being transparent, because a lot of the anxieties that they may have is from us. Mm-hmm. So I always try to make it a point. Let me talk about it, so that way, when you deal with it, you know what it is and know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's just my 2 cents on it.
Do you think even if the child is not necessarily listening, or if he's not actively listening, you should just keep on saying what you need to say and hopefully it penetrates, or just kind of let the world be his guide?
Well, no, I mean it's like coaching. You know, you have to see. A lot of times we have this kind of cookie cutter that we try to force everything in, right? So you may have your typical personality, but you have to try to see things from the lens of who you're talking to. And so when you mention de-escalation, for me, that's how I try to see things. So let me see it from your perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean I agree with you, but if I
Right.
see it from your perspective, then I might find a common ground that will allow us to have a positive communication. And the same thing when it comes to listening. You're saying something, but that person may not pick it up. They may not understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And so until you slow down long enough to actually see where they're coming from, that's what a lot of people don't have the ability to do. I remember when I used to coach college football, I would go over a play, and you got 4 or 5 different individuals, but they all hear it a completely different way. So I would ask them, what did you hear? Okay, what did you hear? What did you hear? So that helped me to learn how they grasp certain things.
Right.
And so because I wanted to know how they grasped it, it allowed me to see it from their perspective, so that way I could present it in a way that they could understand.
Right. That's really, because everybody does not learn the same way. So
Absolutely.
Or you can't manage everybody the same
Right,
way.
right.
So you have to kind of create different learning and management skills for individual people.
Mm-hmm. You have your own, you're going to have your style, but you also have to understand the dynamic of the people that you deal with, mm-hmm. and find out what buttons work for them. You know, so I remember one company I was with, they did this test where they look at you and they'll say, or they try to determine whether or not you're a visual learner, an audio learner, a hands-on. And when they got my results, I was right in the middle of every one of them, so I could learn in all of those all of those different perspectives. So
I used to think that I wasn't good at learning. What it is I have to do all those things too. I have to see it. I have to do it. I have to read about it. I have to do it over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. I used to not be good at cutting hair at all. I know you can't even imagine that. Mm-hmm. But I messed up a lot of people.
I mean, that's how it started. Unknown fact, I cut hair as well. Mm-hmm. I taught myself how to cut hair in the 7th grade. Like we couldn't really afford it, so right. I started learning and started practicing on my brother's head. But I, got the nerve to practice on myself, and so, I just go to get haircuts because I, want to. And then wanted to patron your business too when I first met you. So
Then too, you want to go. I feel like I can do my own hair too, but I don't want to. I want to go sit in somebody's chair, relax, and I'm not gonna say 50%. 35% of the time when I go get my hair done, it's not necessarily how I want it, but I never complain because I know it's something I can fix. And it might be just like that 25% that they didn't finish. Yeah. So I can finish that 25% at home. So do you have any goals for like the future? How do you kind of place that?
Well, I got something on the wraps. I can't really tell you right now, but I got a couple really big things on the wraps.
Because you got so much talent.
Yeah.
Like, I be watching you, and you turn on in front of the camera. You're really, really good with your hands. You have really, really good management skills. You have really good marketing skills.
What's something that I taught you to do that I get on you about?
My face?
But think about it though.
What?
So the teacher's really, Mary, if you look at the reviews of we both work at Grooves together. So if you ever go out and look at her reviews, people just rave about her attitude and the way that she treats people. Now I can't stand Letitia. I'm gonna let y'all know I can't stand her. No, that's my girl. But I would always mess with her about being aware of your facial expressions, because sometimes people read your body language and they can really misinterpret it. And so when I imitate Tisha, you know, if somebody says, what should do? What you say? And so if people looking at that, they automatically look at it a certain way. So I'm always messing with her about her eyebrow line and how she does it. But you've improved on that a whole lot.
I think you've helped me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's the collagen. I'm losing collagen right here.
You got to do nothing in collagen. But you do. See, the great thing about life is this. You know, I never understood this until I went through the passing of my dad. Where in church they would always testify about. I thank the Lord for being here. I thank the Lord for my life, health, and strength. I thank the Lord for being in my right mind. And I never understood that until I got to the point where my dad's mental capacity was actually deteriorating. And so because of that, that's when I actually saw what they really meant. So the beautiful thing about that is if you have the ability to be in your right mind, then you have the ability to make a conscious effort to change anything that you want to change in life. Like you really have that ability.
Yeah. So
what happens is you'll see this big picture in you, and what we do is we make it larger than what it needs to be as opposed to focusing on this one thing. And so that's one thing I used to always coach is just correct this one thing today. Don't worry about the other things, the other 20 things that you may not do perfect. Just concentrate on this one. And if you concentrate on that one, then at some point, now that will become natural for you. Now you can move on to the next thing.
Right.
And now you start, it's just a building block.
Training yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do believe though, because I am a mirror. I tell people that all the time. I believe that certain people bring out certain energy in me.
Absolutely.
Which I don't love though, because I feel like no matter what, I should be the same. But I notice in certain environments, I am a little bit more, I'm gonna use the word hostile.
Okay.
Because like here, I'm not. And you've seen me, I think you've never seen me really in my personal life, but you've seen me here, you've seen me there. And wouldn't you agree I'm two different people?
Yeah. But I think people can ignite or, you know, agitate your various personalities or energies, but it's up to you to be aware of it to control it.
And that's what I'm definitely trying to work on, because sometimes I'm so, you know, have I ever done this to you where you walk up to me and I might scream?
Not necessarily, but you'll run me off and I just laugh because I know that's you. But I'm also observing. So
most of the time it's because I'm in my head. Like I'm literally having either a whole. I remember one time, the person that we both kind of work for, they walk up on me all the time. But what they don't understand is I might be doing stuff in my head, like mentally I'm there, right? Like, and then she walks up on me, and now you're there with me. And I might be like naked.
But what did I say to you on Mother's Day? Remember when I grabbed you on Mother's Day and I came with you? I said, "Hey man, be cool. You good at this."
Oh, I remember. But you thought I was already getting ready to escalate.
I was just giving you. I was telling you ahead of time.
I wasn't. No, I was chilling.
I know, but that's what the thing is. I was
before I got
right.
Yeah,
right. Because the thing is, you're good at what you do, and so what happens is that. Sometimes you get in a zone and it's like you so focused on that zone that you like people trying to work and you just be like, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah, I do. And that's something I am actively working on, because and then too, I forget that other people are there with me.
Right.
Like I literally be there by myself. It might be, you know, customers there, but I'm like I don't see nobody else. And so
that's a natural phenomenon though, because even when I play football, you'll make a tackle. This is the cool thing about being something actually videoing you, right? You'll make a tackle and you feel like you're the only one that made that tackle, and you watch the video and you realize it was a team effort.
Yeah.
Because you see 2 or 3 people on the same play.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't realize
it was
we actually did this to make this work. Yeah. Right.
And so, but I do now. I will tell you this: sometimes in the moment, I won't feel the team effort, but I do feel the lack of team effort, because I can be, let's say I'm out there tackling, right? But then when I notice I'm the only one tackling, that's when I think I'm like, okay, now what's going on?
But see that's the common thing. So when things aren't going right, you're aware of what's not going right. When things are going well, because it's smooth, you don't realize that there's a nail in that tire. So you riding along and it's going fine. You start noticing that the nail is in that tire. When all of a sudden you hit a boom, 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 because there's a little bit, you see what I'm saying? And that's the same way life is.
Yeah.
As long as things are going smooth, you don't notice certain things that are imbalanced. But when stuff start to actually get to the point where it's a problem, that's where you may notice it.
Right.
So it's the same thing with life.
Yeah, because I do be in the zone.
Oh yeah, you definitely in the zone. But that's why I always turn you back to the crowd, because I don't want, if I'm coming to you with something, I don't want people to misinterpret it.
Right.
And so I'd say put your poker face on.
I'll be chilling.
Poker face. Yeah.
And I'm sometimes I get, I won't say sad, but I'm so chill. Like it's almost.
I don't know about that so chill.
Well, I mean, like in my mind, I'm chill.
There are all kind of delusions. You can delusionally think you're chill when you're not chill at all.
And I'm sure because most of the time when I be spazzing out, I don't know I'm spazzing out.
Right. That's what.
It's been sometimes somebody comes to me. Oh, dudes do this to me all the time. Like I be in my brain, they be like, "Smile, everything gonna be okay." I'm thinking about what I'm finna eat.
Right,
like, don't about your business, please.
But that, that's just a way guys flirt. That's all.
Now, that's the opposite way to flirt with me but I be 99% of everything in my life goes on in my head.
Oh,
I am not a part of this world at all, and I hate that for me sometimes, because I think that's where I get in a lot of trouble, is that I'm just not here.
What do you mean, like trouble such as what?
Oh, I get in trouble. You know, I get in trouble at work all the time.
Oh yeah.
But I think most of the time when I'm in trouble is because I really don't think I'm malicious at all. I don't come. It's only one person that makes me want to be malicious.
But this is the thing, interpretation. So part of that is, like I said, we talked about seeing things from other people's perspective, and so that's the thing. You may do something you have no intention. So I'll give you an example. Like with my kids, right? They call me and say, "Hey, man, we having this issue, right?" I say, "Okay, well, let me hear both sides." So I'll listen to both sides. And then I say, okay, well, did you mean to hurt your brother's feelings?
Right.
Well, no, I didn't mean to hurt my brother's feelings. Okay, so your brother's telling you he didn't mean to hurt your feelings. So now that he's explained it, you have to receive it in the temperament that it was intended, not in the temperament that you interpreted. See what I'm saying? So I would say to you, girl, get off that chair. It bothered you, right? I ain't mean nothing by it. So once I explain it, you have to accept it the way that I meant for it to be given.
Is that true? I would love for that to be true. But I don't think that's true.
In what aspect?
Because the way I come out, because I agree with you, right? But because I get in trouble for my tone, or you talk to me crazy. But my intention wasn't to talk to you crazy.
But that's the thing. So
my intention was you to get off the chair.
Let's dig into it. So you told me something, right? But you didn't intend to hurt my feelings.
Right.
So when I'm offended and you say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way," it's up to me to receive it the way it was meant to be received.
Don't do that.
People, but that's a hard thing for a lot of people to do.
Yeah.
But because I've been on both ends of it, that's what I mean about I'm constantly trying to see it from other people's perspective so that I can find a common ground. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is, can we move forward in a productive way? And a lot of times people don't even want to just have this, simple conversations that will allow us to move forward. It's funny, I won't say who it is, but they were just telling me about a little bump they were having in their relationship. And then I just said to them, well, you knew this already, we had this conversation, and you kind of knew this already. Yeah. Okay, man. You knew this. You know what you're dealing with. And so it was funny hearing them talk, because I see a lot of the same perspectives, and it's like you're asking a question because you really want understanding.
Right.
And I'm asking the question not just for my understanding, so we both can come to an understanding. And then it's kind of like, I'll give you an example. I'm in a restaurant and a customer tells me they have a problem with something. So what I'll do is I'll sit down right beside them. So, whoa, and I'll sit right beside them, right? So tell me what's wrong. Like, I just don't like it. Okay, that's fine. What is it that you don't like? I said, no, but listen, it's not a question about whether or not I'm going to take care of you. I really want to understand what it is that's right or wrong.
Right.
Because if it's something that we can correct or need to be cognizant of, then I want to be aware of it. And so that's the whole thing. It's like, I'm really asking you because I really want to understand it. I really want to know. I really want to know what you think. So if you, because the only thing that matters is what you think. You're the one that has the complaint. Tell me what you think so that I can understand it. And then you might see something that I don't see. You know, I'm not a person that feels like my idea has to be the only idea, or is the best idea. It's like, it don't make a difference to me. You know, you hear me say that I ain't tripping. Whatever works. I ain't tripping. Whatever works.
I think you just taught me something. One of my customers said that he really wanted me to help him understand the black perspective.
Okay.
And I told him that wasn't possible because he's not black.
Right.
Right? And I was telling him, you could never understand that because just like I can never understand, I will not ever understand what it's like to be a 600-pound person.
Right.
I won't understand what it's like to be a white man. He won't understand what it's like to be a beautiful woman. Those are just some things in life that we can't understand. And
that's a great point. So I'll give you something on that. So I used to have, you have friends or family or just associates, they may lose somebody in their life. That's important, right? And so you empathize with them. But I never understood it until I actually went through it.
Right.
But you can still empathize. So with educating somebody on something, they may not be able to fully understand, but if you give them perspective, it gives them an opportunity to make adjustments in their life that will cause things to run at a smoother level, or for them to catch certain things that they might not have even been aware of. They may have been completely oblivious to it. It's like dealing with a mechanic. They'll say, well, what is it doing? And you start describing it, they go, oh, you know what, it's probably this, just from what you described. But that's because they've dealt with it so many times that they are familiar with it. So the familiarity of it, and then educating somebody on something is what opens the door for understanding. If you just say, well, I'll never understand the pain that a woman goes through on her cycle. But I can empathize the fact that you have pain,
right.
And so there's some adjustments that need to be made to compensate for the pain that person may be dealing with. But I'll never be able to understand it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, you know what? Since I have and you are a pretty even-tempered man, what advice would you give to women? Because there's a lot of single women out here, and we just want a man. We want a man. Well, I ain't gonna say we just want a man.
Just say it like you said. Just say it.
We want somebody, but we want a man that supports us, love us, attracted to us, and wants to take care of us. Okay. What advice would you give us?
So, it's the funny thing about life is this: we teach our daughters to find somebody good that'll take care of us, right? We teach our sons that they have to get up and take care of a family. So, what you're teaching your son is the hamster wheel. That never ends. Once you've found the man that takes care of you, then what do you do next?
What do I do next?
I'm asking. I'm just saying. What do you do next? Because you've accomplished what you've been told to accomplish. You found him.
Right.
So there's nothing more for you to do at that point because you did what you were taught to do. What we go further is when you find the man, then you got to love that man. Then you got to reciprocate with that man. Then you got to appreciate that man for the things that they're willing to do for you. Because most men, women don't realize that men really want to be able to be in a position to take care of the woman that they love. We really want that. That's what we're taught to do. The part where relationships start to fall by the wayside is where they don't feel appreciated. And we're so simplistic. You see what I'm saying? Men are very simplistic. I remember one time, and even in our situation, there was an issue about a gumbo, right? And so the perfectionists that they were very, worried about it. And I pulled to the side and I said, listen, let me explain something to you. I got a group of men in here, right? Trust me. The fact that the food is good, we got a great environment, it's a moment of fellowship, it's going to be fine. Because we're simplistic. It don't take much for us. Right. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times, we just don't pay attention to the short detail. But you got this long list. You want a man to take care of you, you want to be Superman, you want to do all of these different things. And I just got this little small list.
My list got small.
And so when a man's list is small and but it feels like the list is such a burden, then that's where our insecurities and now they take a hold of us, and that becomes a problem for us when relationships is really simple. I love you, you love me, I want to make you happy. I'm going out of my way to make sure that every experience we do is something completely different for you. And so, even if I don't get it right, just show. All I want you to do is just show up with a smile on your face and have a good time, and enjoy the fact and appreciate the fact that even though it's a Tuesday night, I took you out to eat. But before I took you out, I literally looked up what is the best places for this particular food you told me you wanted to go. So then I looked at those, I looked at several ones of them, and I said, I want to go to this one because this was new. Then I looked at the ambiance and said, this one will have a nice ambiance. I really put a bunch of detail into making sure that you had the best experience. And so if I put more detail into this, to just a Tuesday night random dinner, than most people put into a birthday. Just because I wanted to make you happy.
All men ain't doing that.
I understand that. But I know all men don't do that. But when a person puts forth the effort to make sure that you have a good time, that's time. Time is the most valuable thing a person can do.
And when you waste my time, that's the most disrespectful thing you can do.
Well, sometimes people think it's a waste of time when I may not have had the means to do what you may want to do.
A waste of my time is if you make plans with me.
Okay.
I drive an hour to you, which I don't do.
Okay.
And then when I get there, there's for whatever situation, that the event is not happening. So now I have to drive an hour and 10 minutes back home.
Give me an example on that. Like when you say the event is not happening, like what you mean?
So maybe you said, okay, we're gonna go out to eat in Beaumont, and I got all this stuff planned for you.
Okay.
Okay. So I get dressed, I go to Beaumont, and when I get to Beaumont, you like, oh man, I left my wallet at home.
Okay.
You didn't. Okay, so now I got to drive back an hour, 2 hours to get back home because you didn't follow through with the plans.
Now leaving your wallet is a little crazy though. But I've
that
been
was
working.
Just an example.
But I'm saying, but I've got
we got Apple phone.
No, I got you. But I'm the worst. But I don't have Apple Pay or any of those things. But I'm the worst. I don't have a wallet like my friends bought me
let's
wallets.
Just say, because I can be honest with you, if that was the case, that was a bad example. Because if that was the case, I probably would have just paid. You owe me some money. But just you wasting my time, period. I feel like time I cannot get back. Money, I can make more money. But my time, you wasting my time. I don't like to drive. So if you get me to drive to you, that's amazing.
See, that's the thing. But so that goes back to what I'm saying. So perspective. So if I know you don't like to drive
at all,
and the fact that you did it, then I'm going to show you the appreciation for the fact that you did something that's outside your normal comforts. And that's what I mean.
And that's all I want.
Yeah, I get it. No,
I want somebody to be considerate of my feelings, be considerate of my time, because I do work 7 days a week. So if I do allow you a couple of hours out of those days, be grateful for that. And I'm grateful for your time too, because at this point, we all got something going on.
Right. I get that.
And I don't like to drive. I have to drive an hour sometimes to get to work. That's to go make money.
Right.
I don't want to drive at all to not make money.
I get it. No, I get it.
So if you got me driving, and if I say, oh yeah, you talk me into driving to Clear Lake, Baytown, Beaumont, honey, it gotta make sense. And if it don't make sense,
but people in general just don't value time.
They don't value, and that's so disrespectful to me. It's so disrespectful.
It could just be a lack of understanding too. People just don't have the perspective on how important time is.
Yeah.
And so it's like somebody being late. They like coming to an interview. They come late, or they come to reschedule, and then and I'm like, first of all, baby, you called me. I put you on schedule to be interviewed. I took time to arrange it and then you didn't show up. Or now that I've got you hired, you don't show up to your first day.
And you late.
Right. So, it's just people just don't value time like they should.
Like they should, for sure. All right, well, I appreciate you so much
No,
for
no, it's
coming
cool,
out
man.
here.
It's
I
cool.
appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do. You are like a ray of sunshine.
No, she give me a hard time, man. I don't try to hear all that, man. Let me tell you something about my girl, man. She'll get mad at me about something and be thinking this something. I'm like, I wasn't even thinking that at all.
No.
Yes, you have. You did it,
No. I might, if I get mad at you, it's not, I don't think, it's kind of like,
You've misinterpreted something before, and I'm like,
no, it wasn't
I
misinterpreted.
can tell you exactly
I understood
when.
what you was trying to do.
Oh, you know what that is? That's that stubbornness.
No, I understood what you was trying to do.
That one had to put in the
Okay, so
headline.
let me tell you this. So in both our defense, right?
Don't defend me. Defend yourself.
That didn't happen to me. That didn't happen to me before, right? So you didn't know because it's never happened to me before.
Okay.
Right. So when you did it, I'm like, is this crazy? Because that don't happen.
I got you. I get it.
So I think, I probably overreacted, and
ain't no probably. And I know you gotta watch people like this here. I probably know you overreacted.
I overreacted.
And then they speak to me for about several days and all that.
For months.
They didn't even tell me happy birthday, man. It's cold, man.
Baby,
Everybody text me happy birthday except her.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. I got the text message.
The point I'm making is,
was
it in the group?
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
In the manager group?
You know the one that I said, oh, TJ acting funny.
Oh, I probably didn't even look at my phone that day. So let me tell you something about that manager group. Okay. And I hate that I'm going to put this on camera. But
No, don't put it on camera.
I'm going to put it on camera. Sometimes I do not look at it because
It'll be so much.
Oh, it's too much.
I got you.
And I take on. So for you, that was just like a simple mistake, right? It wasn't even.
No, it wasn't, because even when everybody told me then, she was in her feelings about something silly, and I'm like,
silly now.
It was silly then.
In the moment, you have to understand though. I take what I do.
Let me tell you something. She's good at what she does,
and I take it serious.
And I'm very big on hierarchy and respect. So before I do anything, I always ask first. So she didn't think I asked. She thought I just did something. I'm like, man, I don't believe in just trying to take over. And I told her that. And she still didn't believe me. I'm like,
it's not that I didn't believe you. You have
whatever.
To understand, it was all of everything together.
Whatever.
And so you have to
I told you.
I got a little bit of PTSD.
I did. You got a lot.
I got a little bit. So you have to understand the wrath
that
I have to deal with when shit don't go right.
Throw it off.
Listen. You speak about the reviews, right? Mm-hmm. Go back through all the reviews. And ain't none of the reviews you gonna say. You might see one, but they be lying. They say I had to wait for my reservation or I had to wait for my table.
No, it be someone that be talking about how she gave me heart because she will chop their head off too.
Because you play.
See, I told you.
Don't come here playing. It's serious business.
That's the wrath.
It's serious business.
Right.
Don't come here playing.
The wrath, man.
But sometimes I do be tripping, but I take my job so serious and I'm so passionate about it.
What's your word you said? Sometimes?
I might be tripping. But I'm working on it. I hate that I'm so, I'm not going to say his name, but he's a man that used to work there before, he worked there before me though. He used to work with Job and Felicia and all that. And I came in under him and he trained me. And he took it so serious. He was a military man too. And what I loved about him is that he took it so serious, but he knew his shit. You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't no bullshit. Yeah. Like if he tell me to do A, B, C, and D, he know what A, B, and C, D is supposed to look like. He told me exactly what A, B, and C, D is supposed to be. He was very structured, right? I can respect that. And so anything other than that is like mind-boggling for me.
See, so it's funny you said it. So for me, it's I'm big on role play, as far in taking people through various scenarios. And you'll hear me mentioning it in the meeting sometimes, is that we have a certain level of, clients that we'll have that come in our doors. And once it gets to a certain level, there's certain other things that are going to just be part of it. Once you get, hit 400 or 500 people, there'll be a little bit delay in maybe the food or whatever the case may be. So you know this already. So if you're prepared for it, if you know this already, then you should be able to deal with it as such. It's like when you get in the airplane, say, hey, they'll prepare you. They say, hey, we'll be climbing to such and such altitude, and we will experience some turbulence. So when the turbulence comes, you don't really trip because you were already told and prepared. And so I think a lot of times that's what happens is we've gone through the turbulence, but we act like this is new every time. Right. It's not new. You know this is gonna happen.
And it's fun for me.
So why you tripping?
The chaos, the craziness, the dancing on the furniture, the customers.
Right.
And you know what's so crazy? I've been there 7 years. So mind you, I was in Oklahoma before that. I moved here when I was 39.
Okay.
Long
ago.
It feels like long ago. The relationships.
She's 63 now.
Man.
Oh my baby.
Shut up. The relationship.
Don't she look good for 63?
Thank you. You stupid. The relationships that I've built at Grooves have surpassed the relationships that I've had in Oklahoma.
I got you.
And I hate that though. I hate that. Like I love Alicia. It's so many Miss Eugenia. It's so many people that I like literally love. And I just like I feel bad because sometimes I want to go back home. And I know I can't because I'm going to miss them too much.
Right. I mean,
but I don't even really have nothing to go back home to.
Gotcha. That's just the thing about life, you know. There's so many chapters that will change. You know, like I miss coaching. You know, I really miss coaching. I really miss the interaction and dealing with players.
You coach us, though.
Huh? I do. Yeah, so I still, you know, take those same perspectives into things. So like a lot of times, let's say I may see, give you an example, I may see a dynamic where I may see you and one of the girls, maybe not, you getting on about something that they need to be doing. And so you don't realize that sometimes I'll come back and support you in a way. I'll say, well, what do you think? Such and such, such and they'll say, okay. I say, okay, well, I said, just imagine if you was in that position, you needed such and such done. And they're like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so that goes back to what you asked me earlier about, sometimes it's just a different voice.
Oh, I completely.
Because we're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Because the natural response is to find a way to rebuke something as opposed to receiving what's being said. So my daddy's always tell us, follow directions to the letter. So that's why you hear me sometimes say, okay, well, what do you want done?
Right.
Tell me what you want done.
But I will say people, and it might be because I've been here so long, and I think they do kind of look at me as a mother sometimes, and they want to...
Mother/tyrant?
Yes. But, and they do receive information from you better, though.
Right. Well,
but literally, when I tell you, I don't even want to talk to them, though.
Right, but
I don't want to talk to them.
But you got to get better at that, though.
But I just want you to do what... I feel like we've all been doing this so long. Remember how I be fussing about my 3 little buttons? Mm-hmm. I come in, I push my 3 little buttons.
So let me ask you this, okay? You're a parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
How old is your oldest child?
22.
22. So in 22 years, how many times do you think you've said something over and over again?
1 million.
Right.
But
there's no buts to that.
It is. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we're talking about children.
No, but I said in the 22 years.
Yeah, but so I'm talking about most of the people that work for. I have no problem. You know how long it took.
You're a manager, right?
Yeah.
If they were going to get it the first time, there would be no. Hold on, hear me out.
I get it.
If they were going to get it the first time, there would be no need for a manager. That's the first thing.
And I understand
so
that.
As you find people that are more attentive to the details, then you weed out the ones who have no intention of doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to be careful there because there's some people that really have the intention of doing it right, and them the ones you want to hang on to.
And I
because
agree.
They will always be striving to do it the right way.
Right.
We had a saying in code, give me somebody with a talent or somebody, that wants to do it, that doesn't have a talent. The one that don't want to do it, they always working to try to get
out of
things
it
done the right way.
Yeah, the ones who don't want it, always trying to get out of it.
Right.
Listen, I completely agree with you. Rico, when we first started opening together, I used to have to help Rico with damn near everything. It took me probably 4 months to get him to where he could just come in and just do it and I can relax. Have no problem with that. A person who wants, it's the person that knows what they're supposed to do and you're just choosing not to do it.
Right. But there could be some people that are kind of special like you too. That could happen too.
I will say something to you.
I know that. But so this is the thing I always say. So when you have somebody new, what's your expectation of somebody new?
Be willing to learn.
Right. But what is your what do you expect to happen with them?
That's the kind of learner I am. I actually am. I call it almost dumb.
Okay.
Because I come into any situation. If I come into a situation and think I know everything, you're not really gonna be able to teach me that because I already know everything.
Right.
So I come into and I don't expect people to come in like me, but I come into situations dumb. Teach me to do what you want me to do, and I'm going to do it exactly how you want me to do it. And then after you told me to do A, B, C, D, and E, leave me alone. That's how I feel.
I got you.
Now, if I'm not doing A, B, C, D, E the way you want me to do it, come back and tell me what I need to change. Then leave me alone again.
So the way I look at things is this: if you're new, my expectation is for you to make a mistake.
Of course.
But a lot of people act like they don't expect you to make mistakes.
I expect you to ask me. This is the one stuff. So I expect you to make mistakes, but I also expect for you to ask me how to fix the mistake or how to go forward. Don't just keep making whole mistakes.
Well, sometimes people may not be able to. That's why you're the coach and the man, because they may not. But so my thing is, I expect you to make a mistake. But what I don't expect you to do is not to give me the best effort. Mm-hmm. So I can deal with you making mistakes. Yeah. Your mistakes we can correct. I used to tell myself.
I make mistakes now.
I used to tell myself people this all the time. I say, listen, you're going to make a mistake. We can deal with that. But if you give me great effort, and I can overcome any mistake.
I say, and I tell my son this: we always gonna make mistakes. Right. In the staff, we're gonna make mistakes.
Absolutely.
Forgiven. It's the behavior after the mistake that determines who you are.
I can accept that.
I have no problem making a mistake. I tell everybody.
You make a lot of them.
A lot of them. I even tell people. I'm not gonna say the name. I tell most people, because I like to play the dumb blonde role. I ask Jay for everything. That way, if it is a mistake, guess whose mistake it is? Jay's. Cold. Because I don't know.
All right, okay.
And then the way our game.
See, I don't have a problem asking. I don't have a problem with not knowing. And even with customers, so I used to tell my people that all the time is that even if you don't know, if you confidently tell somebody that you don't know, but you're going to seek out the answer for them, they can accept that better than you just giving them a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
So I tell them, people ask me about alcohol, and I'll say, you know what, I don't know, because I don't drink, so I don't know. So I said, but let me ask somebody that's more versed in that particular area. And I will tell people that from the very beginning. I said, man, you know what, I don't know. So let me find out for you. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, that's my favorite words. I don't know. And even if sometimes I say I don't know, if I know, because I don't feel like saying I don't know is a lot faster than explaining it to somebody. I swear. Like, girl, I don't know. It's just a lot easier to say I don't know. Those are my favorite words. And I'm learning to love no. But no is like one of my least favorite words.
Okay.
But I'm learning to say no. But we're going to wrap it up. Where can we follow you, Mr. Curtis?
DJ 5,000 CDs, man. You can always catch me there.
Are you on Instagram? Is that the Instagram?
That's my Instagram. Yeah.
What about TikTok? You on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. Well, you know what? I opened a TikTok, but I've never used it.
We're going to have to teach you how to use it. Because I think you can make a little money out of it.
Right now, I can make a little change. I might have gone.
And what about Facebook?
Trying for some change. Man, don't be worrying about me on Facebook. I'm wanted in 52 states. Don't be worrying about where I'm at.
You ain't worried nowhere.
52 states.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Conversation in the Corner. We will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.